Hi fellow rock rebels, and welcome back to Backstage Pass Rock News. David Lee Roth is claiming sole credit for the iconic Frankenstrat guitar design. That's right, the guitar synonymous with Eddie Van Halen's legendary sound might owe its existence to the mind of the frontman. According to Roth, the Frankenstrat was born out of his desire to create a unique look that would set them apart. Armed with nothing more than 3 rolls of electrical tape, a blue roll of art tape, and a touch of inspiration, Dave transformed a plain white Strat into the legendary instrument we know today. He even added a reflector for that extra touch of flair, calling it the cherry on top. With a plain white guitar being too close to Jimi Hendrix's iconic look, Roth sought to create a visually striking instrument that would complement his own flamboyant stage presence. In this exclusive clip, Dave goes into detail about the creative process behind this groundbreaking design.
We've been getting a lot of cards and letters, digitally so to speak, in regards to there are similarities between my work and the stripes on Eddie's guitar, and that's because it's my work. And Alex was there when I walked in with 3 rolls of tape, 1 roll of gray duct tape, 1 roll of black, not very sticky, and the fucking thing kept coming off electrician's tape, and 1 roll of blue art tape like we use for pinstriping. I still use that today for, whenever you put something on the painting or whatever. I've been walking around with a paintbrush in my back pocket. Mom saw to that since I was 5 years old. That's what you do when Dad is a student for the first 10 years. And Ed's experience was he was walking around with a guitar pick in his pocket. It was a great moment. It was one of those epic moments. Guys, I thought of 4 notes. I call it da-da-da-da. Well, in Beethoven's day, that was a big move. Beethoven had 1 hit, da-da-da-da, and I don't even have to sing it, da-da-da-da. I said to Al, because this was like mid-70s, 75, 76, I said to Ed, an expanding linear pattern because the white plain guitar is eerily reminiscent, baby, of Jimi Hendrix straight ahead over yonder. And at that point in time. Well, that was actually the Chambers brothers, okay? At that time, Hendrix was still very nearby, having recently departed. The plain white Strat, a little bit reminiscent of Mundo. Sorry, I slipped into Espanol, but I think you got it. At that point, I said, an expanding linear pattern. What is that? We laid it down, and kaboom. Within like 4 minutes, I laid it out, including the little squiggle. What that's from is the tape, the non-sticky, shiny black electrician's tape that's designed to be putting on and taken off very quickly. Would pull, because we were playing 5 sets at night, and it get all sweaty and not ready, and it'd contract. Much to their credit later, and I haven't even looked at the guitar in years, and I haven't done research. This isn't a science lesson. This is just my memory. And my memory is great, Tom. It's just short, you know that. I laid it out in like 5-10 minutes, and the tape instantly pulled. It made the squiggle. Later on, okay, we'll spray paint it and pull the tape like pinstriping a lowrider, part of our cultura, okay? And you get what we'll call a half-tone version of it. That's what I call it, or Mom would call it, and it's what a negative is to a regular photograph. And so essentially, I say with a great big sense of humor, I invented coffee, they invented a cup. Later, they added colors to it gloriously, and we were playing in San Bernardino, and there's a famous truck stop out there. And I came back with one of those little bubble convex mirrors and a couple little red reflectors and said, cherry on top. Bingo, Ringo. Whether or not the Beatles actually said that, we like to think they did. And I said it right now. And Eddie, drilled the holes and put it in there, and see you at the Smithsonian. Alex and I were laughing like pirates. I was laughing at how quickly it all happened, and Alex was laughing at how much I got paid. Subsequent guitars, once they started painting and pulling the tape, I would come to Eddie's parents' house. Let's define that very, very carefully, which is like the house I lived in Altadena, is now the size of our 1/3 of the garage area, we call it. It's not even a room. And in the garage area from which we all come, all right, would be hanging a really thick wooden version of the guitar, spray painted with the tape getting ready to pull. Then they just started using only the pullable blue art tape. And they gave each version of it, Rudy Laren, our guitar tech at the time, gave each version a name. And the very first name, I don't recollect, it may well have been Frankenstein, and they developed an industry. Eddie was way better at business than I have ever been. They started an industry. It's not just a franchise. It's a way of thinking guitar. It's one of the most recognizable symbols of all time in the sport in this regard here. It's on everything from electric toothbrushes to shoelaces. I'm sure in the Iraqi conflict, somebody dropped a bomb with that design on it, or painted it on their helmet, or somebody threw a handkerchief with that design on it when we buried some of our friends and comrades. We put tape on it, okay, and then ultimately reflectors, whatever. The tape instantly started pulling and coming off because we were playing 5 45-minute sets a night. We called it the College of Musical Knowledge. Why did 4 people invent the telephone on 4 different continents at the same time without knowing each other? Because it had to be invented. I invented soup. These homeboys invented the spatula. Now that's poetry. For somebody somewhere said, wouldn't it be easier, ... which is Latin for spray paint the motherfucker and pull the tape. I hate to simplify genius. And that design wouldn't have gone anywhere without Eddie sending it and giving it the shape and shine that it did. I'm just proud to have been part of it. The first part.
Do you believe Roth's version of the events? Do you think that he created the famous Frankenstrat design? Head over to our rock poll now and leave us a comment. Until next time, Rock Rebels, live life loud.